And welcome back, everybody, to episode 110 of the Marvelite podcast. I am your host this week, Luke, and I am joined with Will.
What's poppin', people?
And I'm joined with Nicholas.
What's good?
The acquisition of Fox hasn't, it's went through, but I don't think that Disney can legally do anything yet until the government approves it. Or do they? Because apparently, I don't know what's going on, because apparently, Disney literally is leaving all of the creative decisions over what happens to the X-Men and Fantastic Four to Kevin Feige.
They're literally just my God.
So what happens to Kinberg? Does he get fired?
Well, that's another thing is, so technically, with Laura Schuler-Donner and Simon Kinberg and all of the Fox people, their direct boss now is Kevin Feige.
You have no power here.
But the thing is has that kicked in yet? And the fact that Kevin Feige has been so silent only tells me one thing, that he is carefully contemplating on what to do with these characters.
Which you have to, and he has 2 years to do it.
Dude,
well, 1 year now, because 2018.
Feige sees all these...
So they're literally leaving it up to Feige whether or not he even wants Dark Phoenix to be released or not. He has full creative control.
Dark Phoenix direct-to-DVD.
Dude, Feige,
which would be a dream come true for me.
That would be...
It would be a dream come
that
true.
That would be such a power move and such a career life.
No, they can't, though, because they want the money from it.
That'd be such a smack in the face to the whole cast. I don't think he'd do that. Just out of respect for the cast.
Well, that girl
I don't know about
plays
Simon
Storm
Kinberg,
says she's going to stay, so...
Alexandra Shipp saying, you think they'll recast it? It's people want Black Panther and Storm more than they want Storm in the X-Men. I'm sorry.
We might as well talk about this topic right now because we're already on a roll here. But let's just go ahead and talk about the implications of what the studio is still doing, because me and CJ have both mentioned this recently in some of our videos that the studio, Fox Studios, is kind of still operating normally as if the deal never went through.
For at least a year.
So they're just what are they doing? Are they gun-hoing everything, or they're just saying, come on, we gotta shit as many of this stuff out as we can and make as much money as we can before it all goes to Disney?
I don't think a lot of these spin-offs that they're talking about, I don't think any of them are really gonna actually happen. They're just trying to create
I think the only 3 films that are guaranteed as of right now are Dark Phoenix, Deadpool 2, and New Mutants.
Yeah. So everything coming out this year.
Everything else, Multiple Man, especially with that controversy surrounding James Franco.
That came out again.
Yeah, which came out again. That was already a thing.
That was already known a year or two ago.
Well, it was known and then forgotten about until, recently.
That's been happening a lot recently, because the same thing happened with Louis C.K. I'm we talked about this 2 years ago.
Yeah, people knew about that. That wasn't a thing.
We just knew. This came out already. And then it came back again. But, yeah.
But, it's really going to be interesting to see what happens, because they're acting as if nothing has happened, and it's like I mentioned in my other recent video. A lot of scripts that are in development, a lot of them never actually see the light of day. Yeah, they get greenlit, but by the time it comes around to actually getting things past the storyboard and into production, a lot of movies don't get made. And so I don't see a Kitty Pryde film being made, especially by
who would the villain be in a Kitty Pryde movie?
I don't know.
That was my first question the minute I heard from...
Well, the other thing, too, that everyone is forgetting is, the actual timetable of this stuff, because, we said, the deal, at most, will clear by around summer of 2019, and right now, Tim Miller, who's been attached to this Kitty Pryde thing, he's going off to direct Terminator soon, and after that, he has Sonic the Hedgehog, so... the likelihood of him actually going to I'm gonna go full on start casting this movie, that's pretty slim. I don't think this is happening anytime soon. It's just
because
no.
The thing is, Homecoming 2 comes out because it's March, May, and July of next year are the Marvel the MCU Marvel movies that come out, meaning that Captain Marvel's about to go into production. We'll have Spider-Man in the summer, and then we'll have Guardians Volume 3 at some point. So by the time it takes effect, I'm sure Kevin will have a plan for it. but it definitely.
I think that they're already planning out what Phase 4 is going to look like.
It's something you have to be very, very careful and like smart about time wise, because
and see, here's the thing with Avengers 4 going out with a bang, right? We know that they've gone under recent reshoots and a recent rewrite to the script. There's no way. I'm putting money on it right now that they are setting up Fantastic Four and X-Men for Phase 4 now, because there's just absolutely no way that they're getting back all these characters and then not going to plan it out, because they already had a plan for Phase 4. It was going to be to go more cosmic. They were probably going to do more stuff with the Kree and the Skrulls and things like that, and focus maybe on like Captain Marvel and a new iteration of the Guardians and things like that. Maybe like a Rocket and Groot spinoff film. But now things are way different. I mean, they went from having 7,000 characters to 20,000+ characters. So
dude, 20
well over
billion
20,000
characters.
So now the scope and scale has completely changed. So the fact that Kevin Feige's been silent for so long now after this deal has went through, we've only gotten tidbits. Like insiders are saying that like Feige and the rest of the Marvel executives are like, they're like salivating at the mouth over the idea of having these characters back. So they're stoked. We're all stoked. Everyone's excited. Like they're finally back. So the next step is to finish out Phase 3 with a bang. In Avengers 4, since it's going to be the last film in Phase 3, the culmination. Like the culmination after Infinity War, you're gonna have to set up this new era of Marvel,
the X-Men
of the MCU, and so
I
there's
like
no
Homecoming
way.
2 would be the time to do that. With the whole like ultimate thing is to slowly push it. If they were ballsy and took Waru's idea and did the Johnny Storm, Bobby Drake thing with as teens, in
and
high
Kitty.
School. Yeah, and Kitty, actually. You can do that, too, all at his
Kitty's
got to
have Lockheed, though.
Yeah, who's not a frickin' plushie. Who's not a toy.
Dude, but one of the things that, like, always bothers me is how people say that Marvel, the MCU, Disney will somehow ruin the X-Men and whatever. It's like, dude, like...
No.
Like, you see what Fox has had...
like...
Dude, Fox has had, like, 18 years now to do interesting things with X-Men, and we just started to see that within... the last year?
Not even that, dude. I mean, like, well,
maybe I think Dark Phoenix
aside from Logan
and
Deadpool, but like,
yeah,
that's literally it so far. I mean, like, New Mutants looks interesting. It's good that they're bringing on new talent, but
Dark Phoenix sort of has potential, almost. They're
a day late. They're a day late and a buck short on this stuff. I mean, dude, you've had 18 years, and they keep bringing back Bryan Singer, who's honestly this mediocre storyteller. Who keeps the X-Men characters in the fucking 90s,
Like the times they've taken risks, for the most part, it's paid off, because First Class worked, Days of Future Past to an extent worked. You could debate that however you want to. Logan worked, Deadpool worked, even X-Men, not Origins, the Wolverine, in a way worked. Like there are parts of it that work because of Mangle. So I don't know why they keep staying in this safety box, because it doesn't seem like it's paying off to me.
No, but they don't
seem like that.
But they don't do the characters
next
to their
summer,
potential though, because they don't actually use costumes or like actually embrace comic-y aspects.
Like the when we saw the X-Men in costume, which was what they kept promoting in the stuff for Apocalypse, it didn't come until the last minute of like Apocalypse, and that really got on my nerves. And then it's like, you have to basically... And now they want to do Dark Phoenix, which is this whole big story, and we have to kind of reconnect with all these new characters. My biggest like issue with the Fox X-Men movies is that I come out of a lot of them not feeling a connection with these characters. Logan and Deadpool are exceptions, but like I don't get anything from these movies.
You're not getting it, dude. Simon Kinberg reinvented this franchise.
No, he's revolutionary.
Yeah, his own way, his own special way.
Just like he reinvented Fantastic Four. Just like he reinvented Fantastic Four.
I mean, I had something with First Class, and then Days of Future Past. I'm like, okay, you got some things, and Jennifer Lawrence not acting. Then I saw Apocalypse and walked out. I'm like, the hell was that? I felt nothing from that.
Dude,
that
but-
was a meh film.
No, but
with
when the MCU does the X-Men and everything, they're not gonna like rush into things. Like, you know, they'll like carefully like introduce things slowly over time, like build up to like Wolverine and all that.
Yeah, I want
Here's
that
what they're gonna
weird,
do.
cool
I think
family school X-Men, man.
here's what they're going to do. They're going to do Spider-Man Homecoming, probably have some tidbits of mutants in there. After that, I can expect maybe Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and in each and every one of those films, they're going to start seeding X-Men and Fantastic Four all the way up to a stand, or not really a standalone, but like a solo title for the X-Men. Just, you know, it's just might be called The Astonishing X-Men or something like that.
X-Men.
Or Uncanny
that'd be
X-Men,
some shit.
and then Fantastic Four is probably like how I would do it. I wouldn't really like replace the Guardians, but it would definitely be Guardian-esque in nature, not in terms of like comedy, but in terms of cosmic adventures. Because I would absolutely not, outside of the Doctor Doom stuff, I would not keep the Fantastic Four on Earth at all. I would go full out Kirby like they sort of did in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, you mean
1
like
and 2.
Negative Zone, or?
See, we need Silver
that too,
Surfer though.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
in time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see like Franklin and Valeria. I want to see the mad and weirdness, like the sci-fi elements, the family drama, the invasion of Galactus, and it doesn't even have to be like Galactus invading. They could first, like, you could set up the film and they first encounter Galactus on, like, devouring other worlds, not necessarily Earth.
Honestly,
it's just
I
maybe
think you could do Galactus as like a trilogy for Fantastic Four movies.
Oh, he would be the culmination, like Thanos.
Yeah, that's a
like first.
top
That's
tier
like Phase
thing.
7.
First film, honestly, I would do Doctor Doom, but I wouldn't really keep him as a villain. But also,
But my Mole
another
Man, bro,
thing,
gotta do Mole
I
Man.
would do.
That's why you do
would
him on
it
Earth.
because Doctor Doom is such an integral character. I would do a Doctor Doom solo film, and I would because
they're doing
honestly,
that,
he
though,
has one of the
Fox, right?
richest. Him and Magneto have some of the richest origins for villains ever. Some of the most detailed backstories, the most heartbreaking backstories, come from those two villains. And so I would really heavily focus on their earlier years. Maybe not so much Magneto, because, you know, they kind of did that whole thing with Michael Fassbender, but most certainly Doctor Doom. Most certainly Doctor Doom. And I would almost go as far as to say, let's do a Doctor Doom film before we do Fantastic Four. But that's just me. Sometime in Phase 4. But I don't know. We've been on this for a while. I guess our original point of this topic was to kind of talk about, like, the point of it all, because it really just seems pointless that they're continuing. It's like, yeah, it's like, guys, like, focus on your other movies, you know, for now, the movies that are already in production, and have a set schedule.
Make those good. Just make, because
like if I was Fox and I had been bought out and they're just waiting for the federal government to approve it, but, you know, Disney wouldn't have made a deal like this if they weren't certain that the deal wouldn't go through on a federal level. And I think even Fox knew that too. No, like, neither party would have made that deal if they didn't think it wasn't going to go through. So what I would do, the smart thing for them to do at this point, is just finish every film that is currently in production, or if you're heavily in pre-production and you know that it's going to be out before summer 2019, go ahead and finish it and release it. Anything that is currently in the early pre-production, or anything that is just being storyboarded, or anything that is currently just being written, just scrap all of it, because it isn't going to matter. It's never going to get made. You're wasting money by paying these writers, paying these set designers, paying the potential directors, whatever. You're just wasting your money at this point. Just save it. Save your money. Release the films that are already coming out, and that's it. You're done.
The only other one they really have coming that could matter is X-Force.
Yeah.
And which sounds interesting. I mean,